What up, my beautiful? Welcome to the Health and Empowerment Revolution, and welcome to today's training where we're going to be talking about how to overcome binge eating and drinking. I'm Valentina, your mindset coach and personal trainer, and I'm so happy, honored, and proud to today being able to say that I am a mindset coach and personal trainer, and that I have helped so many women, people in general, to overcome their crappy habits and embrace a much healthier and empowered version of themselves. Because this is not at all where my story began. I come from far different than being a healthy and empowered person. Now, what I'm going to be sharing today here comes from my story. So as a full disclaimer, I'm not a mental health professional. I'm not a doctor. I'm sharing here just with my own experience and what I've seen that it works with like so many people. So yeah, just as a full disclaimer, yes. But after many decades, couple of decades of struggling with like really serious eating disorders and alcohol addiction, these that I'm going to give you here are the three main pillars that got me out of there. Yes, if you don't know my story, if you're new to this channel, I was in very dark spaces for many years of my life, in where I fully identified myself with an alcoholic, a bulimic, and many other labels of mental health and compulsive behaviors that, thank God, I'm not even close to being identified with those anymore. Yes, so here, my love, I'm going to give you three main steps so you can start perhaps shifting the perspective towards that change that you've been wanting to achieve for yourself, and hoping that these tools are really helpful for you as well as they were for me. So the first step, my sweet, will be to know for sure, deeply believe that you are not a sick person. Wow, that's a big one, I know. But even if it's hard to believe, or if you're struggling with these behaviors, I know that it's very common that we feel like we're sick, we're broken. So my love, I really want for you to somehow believe me and trust and really convince yourself that you are not a sick person. You're not broken, you're not unfixable because of all of your traumas or whatever. This, sadly, unfortunately, really conflicts with the mainstream mental health system, or even support groups and stuff. So I know that it's a bit tough, because if you've been going through some therapies or other sources of help, you might be really identified with this idea that you have a mental health disorder issue. And I swear, my sweet, that is far from true. You're not sick. It's just the brain, it's just mental patterns that we have established for so many years that it's working in automatic pilot, but that can be totally reverted. It can, I swear. And the first thing for me that was super important to be able to get there is to start believing in the possibility of me actually being a great person, being a healthy person that just needed to do some tweaks and restructure those neural pathways that I have been working on automatic pilot through those, yes? But as I said, it's totally possible. There's this wonderful thing of the brain called neuroplasticity, where the brain is constantly reinventing itself, and you can absolutely rewire those patterns in there, yes? So that would be the first step. And the second one would be learning how all these brain mechanisms work. There's so much that the brain can do that is just phenomenal, even after having gone through very traumatic experiences, both like traumatic as in emotional traumas and also like actual injuries, right? So people that has car injuries, people that have a stroke, that they learn the functions of the brain. They lose it, sorry, and then they relearn it again. So that is like scientific evidence of how the brain is not a solid thing, that it doesn't change, it doesn't move. It's constantly regenerating and reinventing itself. And through this neuroplasticity, this capacity of adaptability and change that the brain has, is that we can start creating new neural pathways that connect us with the change that we want, instead of keeping in the loop of the old crappy habit that we want to get rid of. So learning this, understanding this, and really like embracing a journey of rewiring, that is what's gonna get you out of there. Yes, and it will absolutely, if you just learn how to do the work for that to happen. Yes, which takes me to the third step, that is learn the proper strategy. Now, there's a quote that I love from Tony Robbins, or Jim Rohn actually, that says, "Success leaves clues." We can try by ourselves throughout many trial and error and spend years like looping around into different therapies and reading books and doing like some hypnosis something, and I say this by my own experience. But what if we actually find someone that has a proven strategy that worked for them to get out of the same space that you are trying to get out of, and ask them, hey, what's the strategy? Do you have a map? What is the plan, the structure that got you out of there? And then just go down the same process. This will save you years of suffering and trial and error and mistakes and blah, 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 and go straight to implement the exercises, the tools that will get you out of there, that will help your brain to be rewired and will completely debunk the disease sort of label and put you in an empowered position where you can actually create the woman that you want to be and just reinvent yourself as much as you want. Yes? So those simple 3 steps, simple but very deep, is on the big picture what got me out of my really bad binge eating disorder, where at some point it was also bulimia and a nasty 20-year-long alcohol addiction where I thought I was never going to get out of. My love, if you want to know more about my story, like, I'm very happy to share with you. Put in the comments below. Subscribe to this channel so that you get notified every time that any of these trainings pop up. And just know that, and I don't want to get into like an argument with the mental health system. I know that for some people at some point in their lives, being in a clinic environment or something like that can be of help, but please know that all of what the mainstream says, it's not, unfortunately, it's not accurate and it's not helpful. This again is by sharing my own experience, and I tell you because I spent years and like trillions of dollars in different therapists and different medications and alternative things like hypnosis, rebirthing, meditation, yoga, all of this. And basically what the therapy people would always tell me, or even support groups, be careful with that. Basically what they always kept reinforcing me is that I was traumatized, and that took to a mental health disorder, a chronic disease that I just needed to learn how to navigate, because I was actually never going to be able to actually break myself free from that. And that is where I really don't want for you to be stuck in. It puts you in a place of eternal, not empowered, of eternal spiral of victimism, of depending on others, like therapists, like a support group. And my sweet, I just want you to know that inside of you there's this strong, powerful woman, like for real, like you're so capable and so powerful inside, that no matter how many like crappy things happened to you in the past, today you can make the decision to make the work, to do the work, and to make the change that you want for your life, and live from now on from a very powerful perspective where you get to create the woman that you want to be, the health that you want to have. And that's what I'm here for. Thank you for watching today's episode. Please like, share, and comment if you would like any more information about this, or share with some person that might be needing to hear some of these tips. And I'll be seeing you in our next episode.